let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer.
Okay, it's Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com. I've traveled nonstop for 16 plus years and went to 101 countries. I'm in the Hostel Malti here in Malta, the country of Malta. It's a little country just south of Italy. Okay, Jared F. asked, good to know information. I do have a question though. What advice can you give people who have food allergies while traveling? Have you ever met anyone in your travels with food allergies, such as allergic to gluten? Best places? And then he says, best places to eat pizza in America are Italian-owned pizzerias. Hard to find, but still out there. I think the best pizzas in America, definitely nothing to do with Italians. Okay. As far as it goes, you meet everybody anywhere that has all sorts of problems. When I was in Vilcabamba, Ecuador before, there was a lot of people with no gluten. You know, they had restaurants that says no gluten, no MSG, no that's that stuff from China they put in these things. The more Americans you have, the more you have these things. So that means Central and South America is much more dominating than Europe. The Europeans and Asians and all these people seem to have not, they don't seem to, I mean, Americans are like a bunch of crybabies at times, and we suddenly have these allergies. I think we make allergies, okay, that's what I'm saying. So Central and South America is where most of the Americans go. Most people go south of their country, and they go to the country south of it, so they kind of stay in the same time zone. They don't really make the 20-hour bus trips, big trips. When I was in the Philippines, you have a lot of American soldiers, and they're kind of crybabies too. And so generally, I see it among the Americans, and I tend to just ignore it because they have everything here to eat the same as anywhere. They don't have, anywhere you go, they're going to have, you know, your big problem foods would be like the people with the allergic to peanuts. But you know, you can obviously avoid peanuts. Although sometimes in Africa we have peanut sauce, which you have to be real careful with if you have a peanut allergy in Africa or probably even Southeast Asia. Generally, one of the things I think that people do, which is probably causes the most problems with food, is that they eat casserole types dinners or the combination dinners. Like in Thailand, they'll mix 5 or 6 foods together, right? Obviously, the more things that you put into a dish, the more problems you're going to have as a traveler. So I tend to eat on a scavenger basis. I go from place to place and I buy one thing and I eat it. Like I'll eat an apple one time in the day. I'll eat a piece of bread, then I'll eat some bananas, then I'll eat things. I don't usually combine things. And they also, and you're going to call this allergies or whatever you're going to call it, but they're mixing 2 or 3 types of food together and they eat it, and they're not used to eating these foods, and they cause diarrhea and stuff. So they get sick, and it's because the foods are reacting with each other. They're not, because when you go on vacation, people splurge and they eat foods that they haven't eaten before. Like I ate a piece of, it's like a fig Newton, but it's big as a natural fig. I've never eaten it in my life, and I ate it today over here in the Valletta. I'm in Malta, and so being that I'm eating a new food, I could have a problem. Am I going to call that an allergy? No. In America, they're gonna label it, classify it, and make it an epidemic. So sometimes I think people need to grow up and stop reading so much so they don't become hypochondriac and somehow have everything. I don't have any allergies. I don't have any of this stuff, and I'm not going to. I'm a little allergic to when I eat. I get sick a little bit when I eat too much milk, too many milk products. But I know that. But how do I know it? The reason why I know it is because I eat in I may eat a whole bottle of yogurt. They come in little jars, little bottles sometimes, and I'm only eating 4 or 5 different things a day. I'm not eating 20 different things. So it's kind of, I can kind of backtrack in my mind, think what I ate, and know why I got sick. I'm actually making a list of foods that cause what I call second type 2 diarrhea. That's foods that cause you to have to go to the restroom all the time or the toilet. And I'm going to try to list these things out because I think a lot of people just are not aware of what foods cause them to have diarrhea, and I'll be making a video soon on that, trying to explain that, because I'm going to take my mother to Guatemala, and she's a little prone to having problems. And I think anybody that's actually always close to the restroom kind of eats things with I can't do that. When I get on a bus tomorrow, I know I've got to be able to go like 8 hours without needing to go to the toilet. And so I eat certain foods the day before. Okay, but Americans are everywhere, so are there allergies, people with allergies everywhere? Yes. Okay, Andy Graham, hobotraveler.com in Malta. Thank you very much.